Every empire begins with control, not of land, not of people, but of self. History remembers those who conquered nations, but it often forgets what they first conquered inside. The unseen discipline that built empires wasn't brute strength, was restraint, patience, and clarity under pressure. Before we dive into the secrets of semen retention power, make sure you subscribe now and join our Telegram family. The link's in the description. Don't miss the exclusive insights and daily motivation that will keep your energy, focus, and discipline unstoppable. Your success journey starts today. From the marble halls of Rome to the silent monasteries of the East, the same pattern repeats. Greatness blooms when desire bows to direction. Leaders who learn to delay gratification, to channel energy instead of waste it, became more than men. They became symbols of order in a chaotic world. Discipline has always been the foundation of mastery, not the rigid kind that kills joy, but the refined kind that sculpts it. Every visionary, whether emperor or artist, faced the same test. Will you command your impulses, or will they command you? The ancient generals of Greece knew this well. Before they commanded armies, they commanded appetite. Training wasn't just for the body, it was for the will. A single choice, repeated daily, separated the conqueror from the conquered. Across the world in ancient China, Taoist masters spoke of cultivating internal energy. They believed human vitality could be stored, refined, and redirected toward clarity and strength. While their language was poetic, their results were practical. Calm minds, steady hearts, long lives. This thread of inner restraint runs quietly through history, from the philosophers of Athens to the monks of Tibet. Each taught a different technique, but all agreed on one truth. Energy, when scattered, weakens. When centered, transforms. Empires may have been built by strategy, but they were sustained by self-mastery. A ruler who could not govern his own cravings eventually lost the loyalty of others. The discipline that wins battles is the same that preserves peace. Modern life forgets this. The empire of today is digital, not territorial. Distraction is the new enemy. Screens, notifications, temptations, they drain the modern warrior of focus just as surely as war drained his ancestors of blood. But those who remember the old laws still rise. They understand that power begins where indulgence ends. They train their minds like soldiers, guarding energy as ancient kings guarded gold. Every decision becomes a test of allegiance to comfort or to greatness. The philosopher King Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He wasn't describing mysticism. He was describing emotional economics. Save your attention, and your mind compounds like wealth. History rewards those who mastered that investment. Napoleon, Caesar, Alexander, they all lived in states of constant restraint. Their victories didn't come from chance. They came from years of self-imposed discipline that refined them into instruments of intent. Even artists, poets, and inventors practiced it. Michelangelo spent decades sculpting the Pieta, eating little, sleeping less. Tesla worked through nights, channeling his energy into invention. They weren't obsessed, they were devoted. Discipline turned obsession into legacy. The principle never changes. Energy conserved becomes energy focused. The farmer learns it through patience, the athlete through repetition, the monk through silence. What you hold, you strengthen. What you scatter, you lose. Empires crumble when their leaders forget this. When indulgence replaces restraint, decline begins. History's warnings are written in fallen capitals and faded crowns, proof that power without discipline rots from within. The modern world celebrates freedom, but confuses it with excess. True freedom isn't doing whatever you want, it's choosing what deserves your energy. The disciplined mind is not caged, it's guided. Focus gives freedom shape. Discipline is misunderstood as suffering, but it's the opposite. It is self-respect in motion. It's the recognition that your potential deserves better than distraction. Every time you resist waste, you reinforce worth. Look at the warriors of old. Their training was brutal, not for cruelty but for calibration. Pain taught focus. Fatigue taught faith. What looked like deprivation was preparation. They were learning the art of conservation, how to build power faster than the world could drain it. The same principle applies to modern ambition. Whether you're building a business, a body, or a legacy, your progress depends on how well you protect your energy. The world is designed to scatter it. Your task is to gather it again. Focus becomes the new empire. It's invisible but real. Every great builder knows the feeling when your will locks in and the noise fades out. That moment of control is history's oldest magic, the force that moved mountains and reshaped nations. Restraint isn't suppression, it's transformation. You don't kill desire, you evolve it. What once sought comfort begins to seek purpose. What once burned out in pleasure starts burning clean as passion. That's the alchemy of greatness. Even in moments of solitude, restraint creates light. Monks understood this centuries ago. Their silence wasn't emptiness, it was concentration. By denying themselves excess, they expanded inward, building spiritual empires invisible to kings. Every generation rediscovers this truth and names it something new: discipline. Focus, energy work, mindfulness, but the essence stays the same. The one who rules himself rules the world around him, quietly and completely. In the Renaissance, human potential was treated as sacred. Artists and thinkers saw creation as an act of divine discipline. Each brushstroke, a prayer of patience, each equation, an offering of order. The best minds weren't born geniuses. They were forged by restraint. Modern minds can still forge the same strength. The method hasn't changed. Less noise, more intention. The difference between exhaustion and power lies not in how much you do, but in how much energy you leak in distraction. Leaders across time share one quality: they know when to stop, not out of fear, but wisdom. Energy, like gold, loses value when spent carelessly. Every pause, every deliberate delay adds weight to action. In ancient Japan, samurai called this zanshienda, state of focused awareness before and after a strike. To move without wasting movement. To act without breaking flow. Restraint wasn't weakness, it was elegance. Today's world, drowning in speed, needs that elegance again. When everything screams for attention, stillness becomes power. The disciplined one becomes a rarity, and therefore, magnetic. The secret of empire builders, both old and new, is invisible to the eye. They look calm, but inside burns a furnace of concentrated energy. They don't scatter it in emotion. They aim it like an arrow. Self-restraint is not about denial, it's about precision. It's the art of saying not now so you can later say forever. Every boundary builds strength. Every moment withheld grows in value. Empires of marble crumble, but empires of will endure. A disciplined mind leaves marks deeper than monuments. It shapes generations through the force of example. The great ones never needed to shout about their control. They lived it. Their silence carried more command than most men's speeches. That silence came from stored energy, waiting for the right moment to move. Power without restraint is chaos. Restraint without vision is stagnation. Balance them, and you get creation. The perfect tension that built pyramids, symphonies, revolutions. You can see it in your own life. When you stop scattering, focus. Energy returns. The fatigue lifts. Decisions sharpen. Instincts strengthen. It feels supernatural, but it's simply alignment energy, obeying order. That alignment is the hidden discipline. It built every empire worth remembering. It can rebuild the one within you too. You don't need to conquer nations, just yourself. Restraint is not about being cold or detached. It's about burning slow, not burning out. The strongest fire isn't the flash hits, the steady flame that endures storms and seasons. History bows to that flame. You see it in Mandela's patience, in Gandhi's silence, in Da Vinci's obsession. Each refused to be ruled by impulse. Each turned waiting into weaponry. Discipline looks invisible, but its effects aren't. The world bends for those who master time and energy. Empires fall at the feet of those who wait while others rush. So the question isn't whether restraint works, it's whether you can hold it long enough to see it work. Every empire was built by people who said yes to purpose, longer than others said yes to distraction. The real secret of power has always been boring. On the surface, consistency, focus, restraint, yet that quiet repetition moves history more than chaos ever has. And in every age, there are a few who rediscover this law, live it, and leave behind something the restless never could. Legacy. Not noise, but resonance. This is the hidden discipline that built empires. It lives wherever attention meets patience, wherever energy is guarded, wherever self-mastery outweighs self-indulgence. It's not new. It's ancient. It's yours to reclaim. All right, you've got this incredible energy now. Don't let it dissipate. Before you click off, prove you were here. Smash that like button, and if you're serious about this journey, hit subscribe right now. This isn't just a channel. It's a movement.